Hello, my gorgeous Gemini, and welcome to your moon reading. This is just a general reading, so please do take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, if you haven't had a chance to check out your other readings on my channel, please do so. And if you enjoy these, please do like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, all that other great stuff. I would greatly appreciate it, and it does help me grow my channel. So let's go ahead and get started. If you like moon readings, do comment and let me know so I can know whether you want to see more of these or not. This is a 7-card moon circle, so we have big changes right now. You might be feeling emotional. We've come out of a 15-year cycle, the Mercury retrograde situation, and we've got big solar eclipses coming up in April. Lots of things going on this year. So anyway, this first space is indicative of where you are now or what you're facing. Second space is kind of what led to this. Third spot is what's keeping you in this. Fourth spot is your optimal outcome should you follow the 5th, 6th, and 7th spots. So I'm hoping you can see these. I know I have a little bit of glare, but we're going to go through them one at a time, so it shouldn't really make too much difference. So first of all, we have trust, okay? And for most of you, what I feel like here is that you are having some serious trust issues. For some of you, I feel like this is a self-esteem problem. And I know that sounds horrible to say. I'm sorry to say it in that way, but what I think it is that you just have, you don't trust yourself, or you kind of just lack the faith to believe that you can get certain things done, right? But that's just some of you. For the majority of you, I feel like you are facing major trust issues, and I feel like it's brought on by somebody else, okay? Somebody has really, really kind of, I hate to say screwed you over, but that's kind of the gist of it. Somebody has done you wrong. This could be a family member. This could be a close friend. This could be a work person or your company. This could be your significant other. But I definitely feel like somebody has really kind of shaken your trust, and you know, you're kind of in this protective mode, right? And nobody wants to really be in a protective mode. You want to be in a happy, outward, thriving mode, not like inside protective, hiding in the corner because you can't trust anybody mode. Nobody wants to live their life on a defense, right? It's not cool. It's not fun. So what kind of got you there is sovereignty. And for most of you, again, I feel like this card specifically is about you having control of yourself, right? Taking your sovereignty, taking your control over, you know, your life. And I feel like a lot of you gave this to someone, right? I feel like you gave someone too much control, too much insight, too much access to yourself. And, you know, whether it be, you know, too much access to your time at work, too much information to a friend or family member and they used it against you, too much of your soul to a significant other, and they turned it against you or used it against you, you know, in a negative way. But I do feel like your lack of keeping your sovereignty, your self in control 100% has kind of led you to this. And what's keeping you in this here is growth. And I do feel like a lot of this is, you know, you're trying to grow, right? You're trying to be the bigger person. You're trying not to, you know, go back at this person. You're not trying to, you know, go out there and say, hey, this person's wrong. This person did me like this. This person did me like that. They lied about X, Y, and Z, right? You're trying to be a bigger person. But because you're doing that, which, you know, kudos to you for doing that, right? Because again, you could tell the truth. You could point out that the other person may be lying. They may be a sniveling weasel, what have you. But again, I think that you probably know that anybody who believes them is going to continue to believe them, and they're just going to continue to lie anyway. You found out that's the kind of person they are, and you don't see the point, right? So your growth, your maturity, unfortunately, is keeping you in this situation where you continue to not trust this person, because part of your growth was hoping that if you took the high road, they might also, right? They might also come around and say, okay, well, since they're not coming back at me, they're not bashing me, they're not doing anything, you know, maybe I'll tell the truth. Maybe I'll say I'm sorry. And they're just not, right? So you're continuing to stay, you know, untrusting. But I still think that you continuing to be the bigger person is a good thing. I still think your maturity is never going to be something you'll regret, okay? I think they are the ruiner of trust. You are not, okay? But the optimal outcome is focus. And I think the focus here is that in this specifically, it's gaining your own focus, your own perspective, focusing on what's important to you, focusing on yourself. And again, I think with this growth here, you've already got a good leg up on that, right? You're already realizing that it doesn't matter what other people think, it matters what you know, what you believe, and you're just sticking to that, right? And I think that is really, really sound. Okay, that's kudos to you again for that, because that's not something a lot of us can do. We get baited into that and we just want to go back and say, they're lying, they're this, you get trapped into that. You want to get goaded right into that. And I feel like you're staying above that, and that's fantastic. But your optimal outcome there is to stay focused on you, stay focused on your mission, your goals, your dreams, what's important, your growth. And I think that, when you do that, you're going to succeed where they fail, okay? Karma is real. It will come back to get them. You just stay focused on you. You stay focused on your growth. And I think you'll be great doing that. So what do you want to do to continue that, though? To keep from being goaded in? Because again, I know that is a very, very difficult thing, especially when you are knowing somebody's lying about you or they've done you dirty, and you're hearing people say different things or see different things, or maybe things are happening to you that you know every day. Why am I having to go through this? I swear this person should be the one, and you want so badly to say something or do something, but you're trying to just stay above it, right? Rise above, rise above. You keep telling yourself, right? Well, the first thing you do is you take back the control and power of what you can control, okay? What you personally, this card is about what you can personally control in your world, right? What you specifically have control over. So this is what you need to do is your environment, right? So the people that you know you can trust, the people that are close confidants to you, let them know what really happened, as far as how it went down. If you need help, you can, certainly confide in them. If there's things that you need, if they, stole money from you and you need to borrow some, whatever it may be, get your control back, get your feet back on the ground strongly and firmly, okay? If you lost a job because your employer screwed you over, get yourself back in control of finding a job, whatever it may be. Get yourself back into a place where you feel like you have kind of a semblance of order back in your life, okay? That's the first step you need to take. So that's going to require you to get a little bit on the offensive, right? Right now, you just want to kind of probably crawl into a closet or under covers, and I don't want to think about it. But you know what? That's what we all feel like when we've been done wrong, but you are strong. You need to just kind of get what you can, at least, back under your control. So especially if they have access that they've used against you to finances, your home, your work, whatever, make sure you get your keys back, make sure you get your finances back, make sure anybody that you care about them getting to or lying to or whatever, that you let know this is what's happening. You can do what you want to do, but I just want you to know where I am, yada, yada. So that you can at least have control of what your circle is, right? And then the next thing is self-reflection. And I think this is important, and it's key in that you need to keep making sure that you're checking yourself, right? This is something where you constantly want to keep reminding yourself that you want to be able to look at yourself in the mirror, right? You want to be able to be happy with who you are, the way the outcome is. You don't want something that you are going to regret, look back on and not be proud of, not look at yourself in the mirror down the road and go, I'm not proud of the person I see because of what I did. So I think self-reflection here is something where, again, you want to continuously be kind of reviewing. What can I change to make sure that I am not going to get myself into any further ties with this person? But also, what can I also do to make sure that I don't get drawn in to any sort of connection with this person, mudslinging with this person, communication, anything negative. Because you don't want to be that person that you look at down the road. You want to stay above it, strong, grown, mature, and focus is what you need, right? So constantly keep checking yourself. You are your own moral compass, right? So keep checking yourself. Am I doing what I want to do? Am I headed in the right direction? Is there anything that I can do differently to, be the better version of me? And is there anything I can make sure not to do so that this person can't draw me into anything worse, anything more damaging, more destructive, or anything I'm going to go regret later, right? That's important, okay? And then the masculine. And this card is about controlling everything, okay? This is in direct opposition with the sovereignty, which is just control over yourself. The power card, which is controlling all the things in your personal world. This masculine is about control of everything around you, right? So once you have kind of gathered control of the things that you can control, right? Your own personal, finances, taking back your finances, taking back your space, if they were living with you, taking back your space, taking back your job, if you need to get a new one, doing that, whatever it may be. Once you've accomplished this, and once you've kind of set your own kind of boundaries for yourself as your own kind of moral compass, then the masculine is about taking control of everything. And in that regard, it's kind of like saying, okay, this person no longer has authority over me. I'm no longer going to let them define whether I trust or don't trust, okay? Because at this point, I create my trust. I create my circle. I create whether someone can hurt me or not, right? I control who I let into my circle. I control who I let around me. I control what I do for a living. I control, at this point, this is kind of like making sure that you are, as much as you humanly can, right? We can't control everything in the world. Absolutely nobody can. That we know. But this is about kind of creating a world that you can be happy about, you can be proud of, that you can also feel safe enough in, that you've designed well enough that you don't really feel like you have to worry about trust issues, right? Because you are in control of it enough. You've only let the people into your circle that you feel like you can control. Whether this is like, okay, I'll start my own business because they screwed me over at work. Whether this is like, okay, I'm only going to be with somebody that I have, been with for a long time, vetted for a long time, as a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friends. Everybody knows them. We know their entire history. Whatever it may be, to make you feel sound and in more of a controlled, world. Your world is more controlled. And that's not to say you need to be a control freak, but it is something to say, I'm going to do everything in my power to make myself feel like I'm putting myself in a position of trust, where I don't have to rely on anybody else because I trust myself. Even if someone else lets me down, I know I can trust myself because I've created my own happy place, my own world, my own, system of whatever here that I enjoy, right? And I've done it from scratch that I can be proud of, right? And I have focused it on me, right? I am the central focus of this. So bottom line is, if anybody else wants to challenge that or, try anything with that, that's fine, because they can be removed. Because everybody else in my world, I know, I believe in, I trust, and most importantly, you trust yourself, right? So I think it's about building yourself a more, what you would consider a safer environment, okay? And I do feel like this is because for many of you, I feel like this is a trust broken, and it's something that's blindsided you, that you really truly did not see coming. And I feel like once you make yourself the center of the focus and you realize that as long as you focus on you and you build a world, you build your life around making sure that you are taking care of you first, you have backup plans on backup plans on backup plans. No one else can leave you high and dry or screw you over as bad because you're ready for it from now on. So I think that's probably what you absolutely are concerned about here right now in this moment, because I do feel like you weren't expecting this. But I think that you are absolutely going to be able to create a environment where this will never be a problem for you again. And I think that's going to be a very comforting feeling. So hopefully this resonates with you. If it does, please do like, subscribe, share, all that other great stuff. Let me know. I'd be definitely interested to know in the comments if you are having a situation here where you have been recently really taken to the cleaners by somebody, and you know, what you kind of plan to do about it, because I do feel like you are really going to be somebody who is, you know, you're not going to drop to their level. You're just going to build stronger, bigger, better, faster, harder, and come out on top with yourself being priority one, as you should. So have a good one, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.